So now, since we're done talking about the Olympics a little bit, I do want to move into the music industry, touch a little topic on there. After a month of Julio Foolio passing away, police have arrested 4 out of the 5 suspects. I know that they arrested 3 of them at the same time: Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gathright. They end up getting arrested around the same time. Sean Gathright, he got arrested, I think, at a grocery store. And then Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance, they were arrested at the house. So it says right here, let's go ahead and go to it. So it says, gang warfare spilled into Tampa in June. Police said, and 5 people have been charged with plotting and coordinating an attack between 2 Jacksonville gangs that killed a prominent rapper, Julio Foolio. Tampa Police Chief Lee Burkhaw announced the arrest of 3 suspects in the killing: 21-year-old Isaiah Chance, 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and Sean Gaffrey, who was 18 years old. In a news conference at the department's downtown headquarters Monday afternoon, Davion Murphy, 27, and Rashad Murphy, 30, has also been charged with the murder. They arrested Davion. I don't think they got Rashad just yet. And they also, they planned the whole thing. As y'all know, it was Julio Foolio's birthday, and they had the birthday at the Airbnb, and they ended up shutting down the Airbnb, so you had to move the location to a hotel in Tampa. And as y'all know, he got set up, and he just got killed. Like, it was really bad. They had the picture of Julio Foolio's face, and it was horrible. And all 3 of these people, Alicia Andrews, Isaiah Chance, and Sean Gaffrey, they're a part of Young and Ace's ATK group. And it was said in the police conference that they're on Young and Ace. They're on his ATK group, and yeah, they is on him. And I want to show y'all. Let's go ahead and look at. Let me see if I can find the surveillance of the shooting. I want to see this.
At the hotel.
So here's the video.
And you can see the shooters.
So they using Tesla cams from cars. They're using the hotel. Like, where is this footage coming from? This is like the clearest footage that I probably have seen. And as y'all see, they come around and they end up shooting him. Y'all gonna see a car. He's right there. And as y'all saw, he can't back up. He can't back up. Whoever's driving the car, he can't. She can't back up. I think it was the girl that was actually driving the car. But he or she can't back up. Obviously, they can't turn around because there's somebody over there. So they had to go straight. They had no choice but to go straight.
It's moving and trying to flee.
And obviously, they're getting up out of there. You get what I'm saying? And they're running into 3 shooters. One right there, and there was 2 that had came. Boom. With ARs, like, he had no chance at all. You got 1 hiding behind that car. You have 1 over there. And they're just lighting up the car. And look at these angles.
It's clear
like,
from that video.
They literally got caught.
What they were set out to do and what
in 8K. They got caught in 8K. Now, what I heard, and I think this is the story. I think the girl, obviously, with the girls getting arrested for the murder, 9 times out of 10 they're setting it up. And she was at the party. Let's go to it. She was at the party, okay? He was giving out the location of, okay, they're going here. I think he was the shooter, and these 2 people were the shooters. But Alicia and Isaiah, they just set the whole thing up. She was at the party, the first party that they was at, before it had ended up getting, shut down and they had to go to a new spot. So She was probably texting Isaiah. Okay, they moved the spot. Isaiah was texting Sean, and Sean was probably texting Rashad and Davion. Okay, this is where they gonna be at. They pull up. Boom, they pull up, and right when they do that, they are already waiting for him with ARs, waiting for Julio Foolio. And boom, when they pop in, Julio Foolio, he gets killed just like that. So Alicia and Isaiah, they set the whole thing up. And from what I just saw, they're telling on themselves. They're literally telling. So it says Rashad Murphy, aka Ghost, I guess that's what they call him on the street, sent out a text message hours after Foolio was killed. I'm coming home. My thirst is quenched. Pop a bottle of Don Julio today. So they're telling on themselves. And then obviously they're going to have their phones on them. So obviously when you have your phone, it pings off all of these towers, cell phone towers. So all of their phones is going to be right at the crime scene. They have this Tesla footage, which I ain't never seen, not a day in my life. That's probably the clearest footage that I've seen. They have cameras all around this hotel, everywhere. So they're caught. They're caught point blank, period. They got all of the evidence. All of the evidence. Camera footage, cell phone footage. And you really think out of all three of these people plus the two shooters, Rashad Murphy and Davion, they probably ain't gonna tell. But you think this girl Alicia and Isaiah they gonna tell. They is going to. Somebody gonna get the snitching. Somebody. And I think it's gonna be the girl. She gonna hear, oh, you finna be sentenced to life in prison. You ain't gonna never see your family. She gonna hear that in that interrogation room. Or the lawyer may say that. So she gonna try and get into a plea and start telling. Oh, and she gonna get the telling real fast. Somebody gonna tell. And 9 times out of 10, it's just a girl. Or it's gonna be Isaiah because he was texting the other people. They gonna tell. The ones that setting the whole thing up and not being the shooters, 9 times out of 10 is going to tell. 9 times out of 10 is going to tell. So, yeah, it took a month, but they got all of the evidence that they needed. And it's clear cut. It's clear cut. And it's crazy. It's really crazy that Young and Ace had Sean in his music video. I think what was it, Game Over? He had it in the music video. And he was one of the shooters. Had the whole mask and all of that. So, yeah, like, he knows something about it. And they're going to be on Young and Ace. The whole Jacksonville city is already on him. They gonna try and get a RICO. They gonna try and get a RICO on him. Some way, shape, or form. Especially now with killing Julio Foolio. Yeah, they're going to get something like that on him. But on the note of being a gangster in this world, it's as messed up as so many people want to be that live in good communities. It's like, you only have 2 ways. It's either you're going to be in jail or you're going to be dead. It's one of the two. It's going to be one of the two. And so many people want to be in that lifestyle and play that dangerous game versus just being like, regular people. And even the people that live in the hood that are born in the hood. You don't have to be a gangbanger. You don't have to be a gangster just because you see that in your environment. You can be the next athlete. You can be the next person to go to college. You can be the first person in your family to do something big, whether that's going to college, making some good money. Be the first to do something. You don't got to rely on the streets. You don't got to rely on, people that make bad choices and you want to be their friends and now you hang around their friends and now you have a whole circle of people that just make wrong decisions and you know that your true self, that ain't you. But since you hang around those people, you get caught up in something that you don't need to be caught up in. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm not going to say that with Julio Foolio, I don't want to say that this was destined to happen, but when you're in the streets for so long and you have so many ops and you have to always look over your shoulder, I mean, is it really at some point in time it may just be that day where one of your ops may come and try and kill you. And in this case, ops, because it was more than one people. It was 5 total people. So it's like playing that gangster lifestyle, it may be cool. The money may be coming in at a fast rate. Something that you've never seen before. You may be having all the hoes and fucking all of them and shit like that. You having the drugs, you know what I'm saying? Rapping may be working out, so now you doing that plus living this lifestyle, and it's just all like a full circle, but you playing a dangerous game with your life. You feel what I'm saying? You playing Russian roulette every single day. You know what I'm saying? And today just may be your day that you may pass away. And then you got to put on this image that you this game banger too. So you go and do all of these crimes. You may have to mess around and kill somebody. And some people, instead of using rap to get out of something, they use it in a negative way. And they still decide to be that gangster at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like Julio Foolio, I think he knew that his day was coming. I personally feel like he knew. And from what I've been hearing, he ain't never really post his moves like this on social media like he was saying, like, pull up here, pull up here, pull up here. Especially if you have ops, you're just not going to do that point blank, period. If you have ops, why are you going to post you're at this location and you know your ops can easily pull up on you in a blink of an eye no matter where you're at? They were in Tampa. Tampa's like, what, like 4 hours from Jacksonville? 3 hours from Jacksonville or something like that? It's far. And they still came and was waiting for him at a hotel. And killed them just on the spot. Just like that. So, being a gangster, like, it comes with a whole lot of bad, no matter who you are. It's just bad, whether you're in jail or dead. And even if you try and get out that lifestyle, it's like, it seems like once you're in it, it's like you can't really get out unless it's one of those two anyway. So, rest in peace to Julio Foolio. Like I said, I really want to say rest in peace. I really want to give my condolences out to the mom, because the mom was talking about it, and hearing that from a parent's perspective that your son was killed is probably the worst feelings ever. That's the worst way to die, getting killed, especially if you're a mother and you hear your own son get killed. Like, that ain't something that you expect from, what could happen to your son. You probably thinking anything else, maybe getting sick, old age or something, but hearing that your son get killed, let alone at a young age, like, that's devastating. You get what I'm saying? That's very devastating. I don't think you can heal from that. Like, if it's old age, like, I'm not gonna say you can really heal from like a death, but like, some things won't like be as hurtful. The way of dying may not be as hurtful. Like, a death is still gonna hurt. Don't get it twisted. But if you get killed, especially at a young age, it's not gonna, I don't know if it'll be as bad as dying from old age and you're like 90 plus years old when you know like your time gonna come. Like, dying young is just, it's just bad all around. Dying period is just bad all around. But that lifestyle of being a gangster, that's just what comes with it. It's just what comes with it. And I'm not saying that he needed to die. I'm not saying none of that. But the lifestyle that he was living, it was a possibility that could happen. So I want to say rest in peace to Julio Foolio. Thankfully, the police got the people that killed him, and they're going to all be charged with murder, first-degree murder, and they are going to get sentenced to life in prison. They got too much evidence on them. Too much. Phones, camera footage. They don't need nothing else. They probably got the guns too. They see the guns anyways. So they have it. And Young and Aces, they're going to be hot on ATK. They're going to be very, very hot on him. So, yeah. So, go ahead, rest in peace to Julio Foolio, and shout out to the police for getting some justice for Julio Foolio's mom.